Welcome back, episode 52 of Sketching Up. I have my new background. I am in my new place. We are in a great place. We're here for another week. I'm Chris Schnabel. This is Kyle Scott. We're going to make this really brief. We're just going to do like a quick introduction and stuff like that and then get right into the meat of it. It's going to be a really fun episode. I cannot wait. But to start, Kyle, how are you doing? How's it going?
Man, I'm great. You looking good. Background looking good. Whole new coast, you feel me? My man back on the Eastern.
Let's hope it stays like this, huh?
You know
Let's
what
hope
I'm
it
saying?
stays like this, huh?
Hopefully.
Wink, wink. But before we get into it, let's just talk really quick about some programming and stuff like that. So if you haven't already, you can follow us at Schnabel Studios on Instagram and Twitter and on Facebook. That's where you're going to get a lot of the updates. If you're listening to this, go to YouTube. You can see us. You can watch us on YouTube, Schnabel Studios on there. You can also go to Patreon/Schnabel Studios if you want to help us out a little bit. We're trying to bring really good stuff, and I think we're going to start doing some merch. We talked about this a little bit. We just got to figure out what we're going to do. That's all going to be on there. So if you want to be a part of any of that, that's where you need to go. Last week's episode was a little rough. That's why you see we have all new setups and stuff like that. We don't want that anymore. But you know, there's going to still be hiccups and stuff like that, but we're really trying to bring the best that we can bring. So that's what it is. That's what it's going to be. We're going to jump right into it. It's the we don't want to jump right into it. We want to mention one thing. We have to mention one. We were going to make a full episode, but things were kind of calm down, so we don't have to. So I'm gonna say what it is. Kyle's gonna give his opinion. I'll give a short opinion. We'll try to keep this 5 minutes, Kyle. 5 minutes. That's it.
5 minutes.
So Discovery is deciding to merge Warner Brothers Animation with Cartoon Network Studios, which will get rid of Cartoon Network Studios. Now, we were gonna do a whole episode when this first came out, because when it first came out, they said that Cartoon Network is gonna be gone. We now know Cartoon Network's still going to exist. It's not going to be gone. The account officially tweeted, "We're not dead. We're just turning 30." They made a whole joke over it. So it's still going to be around, which it's crazy to think that it's the same age as me. But anyway, so it's still going to be around. So I didn't think it needed a whole episode. Kyle didn't think it needed a whole episode. We're just going to speak on it really quick. What this means is what Discovery is saying they want to do is they're going to, instead of making more new stuff for Cartoon Network, which I guess there's still be some new shows, they just want to take the IPs they already have and kind of recreate them to make sure they're successful. They want to take things like the Powerpuff Girls and Teen Titans. I'm just giving two examples that they've done it with before in the past, and recreate it to make new content of old IPs. As we know, we saw with the Powerpuff Girls, a lot of people, Teen Titans Go is, here or there. There's no one person that loves it and one person that hates it. But really, I don't think this is a measure for success. Discovery's really tearing apart Warner Brothers pretty badly from the seam. This is just another victim of it, just like HBO Max, just like the DC Universe. Cartoon Network's also now taking the fall. So, Kyle, just quickly, what's your opinion on it? What do you got to say about it?
Well, RIP to the studios, because that was an Atlanta staple for a while. Yeah. I was Cartoon Network till I die.
Hey, Adventure Time, Courage, Ed and Eddie, Steven Universe, We Bare Bears. It's all from CN Studios.
Like, it was cool because, like, being from Atlanta, like, you go down and, like, when you go downtown and you kind of you got to see the little billboard, the little Cartoon Network stuff. Like, it was really cool. But yeah, and then you got to see all the little commercials sometimes they would have. And, like, you got Cartoon Network on the local station. You ain't need satellite for it. You know what I'm saying? It's just Turner Broadcasting. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. It's crazy. Two channels you gonna get in Georgia, no matter what, if you got basic cable or not, or at least back in the day, you're gonna get Cartoon Network, three Cartoon Network, Fox, and ESPN, because they're gonna have your kids watching Cartoon Network. They're gonna watch their news, and Southerners, we gotta watch football.
I see. I thought you were going with a different one. I said 3 because you have Cartoon Network, you have TBS, and you have TNT.
Oh,
because the 3 Turner channels is what I was going with. It was a joke, but
I like it. I like the joke. I get the joke.
Thank you.
I was getting a little too realism for it.
Thank you.
Ha ha.
So my opinion is I'm glad that Cartoon Network is not dying. That was something I was very scared of. But I'm still a little sad because some of my favorite shows of all time are Cartoon Network. I love Steven Universe. I love Ed, Edd n Eddy. I love Adventure Time, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. I mean, you can go on and on with the CN Studios, Amazing World of Gumball, We Bear Bears, I think I've already mentioned. Johnny Bravo, like Hanna-Barbera as a whole, brought some of the most classic cartoons, Scooby-Doo, Flintstones, Jetsons, they're all Hanna-Barbera, which is now under and they said they're not going to close Hanna-Barbera in the UK, but they are going to close it in the United States. It's a whole mess. When we get more information, we'll do more of an episode on it. We just wanted to give our quick thoughts because it's kind of in our wheelhouse. So my quick thoughts are: Discovery, please stop. Like, I know you want to save money, but there's got to be better ways. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's get on to the next one. Let's start the show. Here we go. Okay, so I'm here. Joe Brown is here. Chandler Williams is here. My guy Chandler. I don't think Chandler's ever been on the show. This is a first time for Chan Man over there, and obviously,
yes, sir.
Kyle's here.
Glad to be here,
and I'm here, and we're ready to bring you the draft. So we're gonna go over the rules really quick.
Hey,
Chris, you all right there? Are you a little starstruck that Chandler's here?
Hey, I appreciate it. You froze and stroke out. Like, I don't know what happened.
You know what the funniest part is? No one is gonna see that because
on your end.
So local, yeah. It's gonna be funny. Everybody's like, "You shrunk and you froze." Everybody's gonna be like, "No, he didn't. He was explaining the rules." Anyway, so this is how it's gonna work. We are going to draft superheroes. Okay, we're going to draft one Marvel, one DC, one non-Marvel or DC. We've decided that it could be anything. It could be Super Mario. It could be from an anime. It could be anything you want. It just has to be a hero. And then one utility or wild card. That could be another one from anything. So if you took a Marvel, it could be another Marvel, DC, another DC. Just like that, obviously, as it goes. Another rule is you could take an anti-hero, but if the others decide it's not an anti-hero, you lose your pick, and that pick moves to the very end of the draft. So if someone decides to take Venom, and we're all like, Venom's a villain, and it gets decided, boom, gone. Now your pick is gone. It's at the end of the draft. So that's a little shaky because there's some good anti-heroes to take, but you don't want to lose that. You don't want to lose that pick there. Any rules I forgot just now? Oh, only one version of each one. So you can't be like, I want the Amazing Spider-Man. I want the Ultimate Spider-Man. No. You pick Spider-Man, it's Spider-Man. That's it. So I forget any rules from there. I think I got everything covered.
That's pretty good.
Right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. Worked before. Let's see if it works this time. All right, we got a number generator here. Does everybody see that? Can we all see the number generator on Google?
Yes.
Shout out to Googs. Okay, so number 1 will be Joe. Number 2 will be Chandler. Number 3 will be Kyle. Number 4 will be myself. So we'll hit it. Whatever one you get is where you pick. Here we go. Ready? I'm so nervous. So I have to make a quick interruption here. My camera decided to overheat and go out for a little bit. So in this little segment right here that had to be kind of rejiggered and recut, I did the numbers. I put it on the screen, everything so you could see it, but then obviously things happened. So the numbers were out. Joe Brown had the first pick. I myself had the second pick. Chandler had the third pick, and Kyle had the fourth pick. So where we're going to pick it up is Joe making his first pick. There's going to be a slight pause in between there. It's because my thing went out. I made sure everybody else was good, and then we came back. So when you see the jump cut or you hear the jump cut, you will know that's why that happened. So thank you so much for watching again. We're going to get right back into Joe's pick. I'm sorry about how my audio changes, but it's best we can do, and the content's still great. So stay with us, and sorry again. Here we go. Let's get back into it.
Well, this is going to be the killer first pick. This is like the can't miss prospect. You know, the Peyton Manning, the Andrew Luck, like the guy you have to take first overall, no matter what. And I'm obviously, with the first overall pick, going with Peter Parker, a.k.a. Spider-Man. I would argue, inarguably, the greatest superhero, comic book superhero of all time. Peter Parker is the most relatable character that we've had in comics because he's like a nerdy teenager just trying to figure out his way in life, so everybody can relate to that. And his incredible run ever since the 1960s has just been iconic. There's been so many spin-offs of different Spider-Man movies and Spider-Man characters, and that all starts with Peter Parker. And if he wasn't such a relatable character that all these years later we're always trying to figure out. Okay, so anyway, back to Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I think one of the best arguments I can make for Spider-Man being the number one overall pick is when Disney bought Star Wars and Lucasfilms and everything Star Wars, it cost $4 billion. When Sony wanted to make Spider-Man movies, they paid $2 billion for one character. Half of what the entire Star Wars franchise costs. That is how significant culturally that Spider-Man is. And Peter Parker, he is always going to be the shining example. Like, sure, you got Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne, but Peter Parker, that intrinsic drama of always trying to hide his secret identity or his real identity while he is Spider-Man is always the most compelling aspect, more than any other superhero out there. So that is my case for the number one overall pick in Peter Parker.
No argument here. I don't think there's going to be any argument here. I think you got that one.
It's a solid pick.
Solid. Wow.
It's a solid pick. There's no argument about it.
So it's not going to be a lot of fun there. Let's just move right to my pick then, because my pick's probably not going to be much argument either. I wanted Spider-Man. I'm not going to lie. That's why I can't argue it, because I also would have gone Spider-Man number one, but I will go with Batman with the number two overall pick. It's Bruce Wayne. He is probably the most famous character in comic book history. He has the best storylines. When we think of DC, we obviously think Superman, Wonder Woman, but everyone thinks of the Bat. Now, it could have been Superman, could have been Batman. You had two choices. You could have gone there. I am deciding to go with the Bat, Bruce Wayne himself. I don't think it needs too much explanation. I think Batman is the way to go there. Again, I don't. Now it's going to start getting fun. Now it's going to start getting fun.
That's the top two there.
Maybe there might be one more pretty obvious one, but now it's going to start getting fun. So, Chandler, I believe you're up.
All right. Well, take a sip of my little drink here. All right. I'm going to go a little bit off the beaten path. All right. Everyone took the obvious picks. I'm going to take the most enjoyable to be around or watch in my perspective. I'm going with the Punisher for my first pick. And primarily the Frank Castle adaptation of what's being portrayed today and hopefully into the MCU from now on. The Punisher series, when that came out, it was must-watch TV for me. It was probably the only reason that kind of held up that whole Netflix series together when it had came out. And just the story of Frank Castle, the amount of people that have done adaptations of the Punisher, going from who's the guy that played Dolph Lundgren, Norman Reedus played the Punisher, Ray Stevenson, like all these famous actors have done their adaptation of the Punisher. But John Barenthal, I think, if you watch the Punisher now, absolutely has killed it. It seems like MCU is bringing him back into the fold, and that's what I am excited for to bring to my team. Just talk about laying the justice down. He's the judge, jury, and the executioner. I think we can all agree, yeah, he's an anti-hero, so there's no question about that. But does he do it the right way? Not all the time, but does he do it? Does he get it done? Absolutely. So I'm going with the Punisher.
So my question is, I'm okay with him being an anti-hero.
Agreed.
Absolutely okay. You're not losing your pick there. The number 3 pick, though?
Number 3, and I wanted to go off on the beaten path and not take the super obvious one. I want my team to be a bunch of questionable picks that kind of shock everybody. That's what I want. Fan. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I want a bunch of misfits that that just come together and get it done. All right, they just get it done. I don't need the high marquee guys.
I don't know. I mean,
go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, this reminds me, because we got the draft, the football analogy of the Giants. This reminds me of when the Raiders drafted a cornerback in the first round that Mel Kiper didn't even have in his prospect booklet of like 500 players. Like, he was a first round pick, and he opened his book. He was like, I don't even have this guy registered as a prospect here. It's for the draft. I have no idea what he's doing. So the Punisher's a little, I don't know.
I don't mind the Punisher being picked. Just 3rd overall.
Third overall. I know.
I get you didn't go with Superman. You wanted to go with the beaten path. I was thinking you were going to go, I don't know, Iron Man or the whole, like somebody that's not the obvious number 1, but is easily a first-round pick.
So you know why and another reason why I went with the Punisher, all right? The most enjoyable I have ever watched or read has been the Punisher stories. It really, I never got into the Superman stories. I think Superman's overpowered. I think he's overrated. Like, Iron Man probably would have been another pick for me. But like, there's a lot of other people that I think kind of get overlooked. And plus, can we talk about how the Punisher killed the whole MCU universe? Like
plenty of people to do that.
Yeah, I get that, but he's a human with just a gun. Like, hey, listen, there's a lot of superhumans that have done it, never humans that have done it. So
well, Tony Stark is just a human with a suit.
He ain't got no suit. He got bullets.
All right. Does anybody else want to shame him for taking the Punisher 3rd? Or are we on to Kyle?
No. I'm not going to shame my mans. I'm going to tell him I like the pick. I like the road pick.
Kyle likes it because he left something else on the board that Kyle can take. That's why he likes it.
He gets back-to-back picks with it could have been the number 1 overall. He fell to 4. And Kyle, you should take someone else 4th, so he falls to the 2nd round. Just spite.
I'm letting y'all know. I got 1 pick. Y'all going to hate me for it, but it's okay. I ain't going to do it this round. I wanted to do it my first round.
I'm going to hate you for all the picks because I'm probably going to want them.
I'm just
I hate
going
Joe
to
right now. I wanted Spider-Man so bad.
My team is going to be lit. I'm just letting you know. All right.
Well, you're on the clock.
you got 8 seconds left. You better pick quickly.
All right. My first round pick is Static Shock.
Oh! I like that! Mm-hmm. I'm not even mad at that. I like that.
Yes. First off, we just going to hit
DC, correct?
DC.
That's DC.
That's DC.
Yeah.
Okay. First off, Static Shock was the first superhero I ever seen that was from the hood. First off. Just going to let you know. Second off, that theme song, Go Down.
That's facts. He's speaking facts.
Fourth off, my guy was in the Justice League. Okay.
Oh, God. All right. That you can't say he was in the Justice League. That makes it great. There was like 10,000 people.
It's like, just because I understand that, but he was a pillar of the Justice League.
That's facts. Hey.
And he was in his own little split-off group. Get out of here.
They had old man Static Shock with gray dreads and a trash can lid in the Justice League. Pillar of the community, all right? Pillar of the community.
You think Batman could throw him a bone so he didn't have to fly on a trash can lid.
No, it's okay. Because you keep dissing. You need technology. Static is technology. Mm-hmm. You keep playing. Bro, you need all... Look, bro. Don't worry. You need buildings. I can just drop buildings. I can make buildings. I have magnetism. Bro, I am basically Magneto. Just
Who
with
wins
my
in a
own
fight,
swag
Batman
and
or
drip.
Static Shock?
Come on.
Prep time.
That was no prep time. That's off the dome.
Prep time. Who wins?
You said who?
Static Shock with prep time.
Oh, that's not even fair.
Oh wait, okay. I'll ask a real question. Who wins in a fight, Superman or Static Shock?
Superman.
Superman was
Superman.
What are we talking about here?
But what's Superman's theme song
I was
compared
trying
to
to
Static Shock?
transition here.
That's fact. Hey, Kyle brought up a great point, and so did Joe right there. What's Superman's theme song compared to Static Shock's? Hey, listen, I'll tell Kyle right now.
1960s garbage.
I had Static Shock's ringtone on my phone on my Flip Razor. I swear to God, I did.
If his phone was busted, he would go off. It would give him a Static Shock. But what I was trying to do is I'm trying to transition as Kyle what his next pick is.
He probably still goes.
So, sorry, it's the end of the first round.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Batman, Punisher, Static Shock for Joe, myself, Chandler, and Kyle. Chandler and Joe have used their Marvel picks. Kyle and myself have used the DC picks. It's funny how that worked that way, 2 and 2. So we all have wild cards still to go. We all have an independent still to go. Myself and Kyle have Marvel, and Chandler and Joe have DC. Kyle, you are on the clock for round number 2. I thought round 1 went just spectacularly.
Okay.
Except for my camera dying. I don't know what happened there.
All right. Now,
if he doesn't pick,
all right. Okay. I'm going to hit y'all with the shenanigans this round. Since I hit y'all with the
don't go with the obvious pick.
No, we don't want the obvious pick. Leave his ass on the board. My fault.
Okay, so Chandler, when you
Oh my God, you're drafting the kicker in the second round here.
I am out here for confrontation and controversy.
Thank you.
Next pick. All right, I'm just letting y'all know, Chandler. I wanted your boy. All right, even though me and your boy. So my boy and your boy is kind of similarly aligned. They both kind of take justice in their own hands. Yeah, they might be a little too rough, but you know who don't like a little rough? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Make your pick.
Oh my God.
What are we doing?
I'm taking Red Hood.
Ooh. Okay, I'm not mad at that.
Oh my God.
What are you doing?
I'm just saying.
This is like Aaron Rodgers sitting for 25 picks, and like Mike Trout sitting for 25 picks. Like, what are we doing here?
Hey, y'all want him? Y'all can take him. Y'all want him? Y'all can take him.
Okay.
I am taking him.
That's fine. That's fine.
Right now.
Please explain yourself, Kyle.
My team is based off of how I think superheroes should be. Okay? So I'm letting you know, my team, I want my team to be able to do anything I want them to do. I want them to be a mercenary. I want them to be able to do rescue missions. I want to be able to do everything.
I want a super powerful, unstoppable Boy Scout.
Dog, no.
Yo, wait. First of all, Superman gets shut down by a rock. All right, let's not ignore that. All right,
Exactly.
Basically, if somebody presents him,
the Punisher can get shut down by anything.
But nobody has tried.
Exactly.
A good shot. The Punisher can be taken down with a rock.
That's a very good point. But nobody has tried. Even Frank Castle has come back from the dead as zombie mode. Okay.
Hey,
His Uncle Ben. R.I.P.
All I'm saying is Jason Todd came back after dying from the Joker and came back as a super double gun wielding gangster with a red mask.
Yeah, that's facts.
You feel me, bro? He did Batman better than Batman because he could do things that Batman couldn't do. And you know, I'm Batman to the core. My heart is literally in shape of a bat.
You want to trade?
You should probably get that checked out.
You want to do a trade, Batman, for your picks?
Say what?
You want to do a trade, Batman, for your picks?
Heck no! I want Red Hood because I'm letting you know this right now, and you know I love me some Batman, But the reason why I want Red Hood is because if I need somebody off, Batman ain't gonna off him, but Red Hood is gonna be like, bet I'm running up in there, 2 guns blazing, ready. I'm just letting you know.
That's like the John Cena. What is it? What was his character from Suicide Squad? Peacemaker. That whole interaction with that.
Oh yeah,
it's so good.
Batman has a coterie of supervillains. All my supervillains are dead.
Exactly, and that's what I want. So that's my utility pick.
We're on to the next one. Chandler, you are up. You have the next pick.
I'm telling you right now, you're probably going to be upset with this because I'm not taking the obvious pick that everybody wants me to take.
Let's do it.
So after Chandler makes his pick, Joe, we'll just go straight to you.
Go straight. I'm going to go with kind of a staple once again in the TV community because everybody remembers watching these on Saturday morning. I'm going with Mr. Victor Stone, a.k.a. Cyborg. A.k.a. Cyborg. All right. I love Teen Titans Go.
I'm not mad at the pick. I like Cyborg a lot.
All right.
He's not even the best Teen Titan. This is a crazy pick.
What? Where you live at, Joe? I'm coming.
Jersey. Jersey.
I'm getting in my car I'm coming right now. How dare you? With the audacity. Without Cyborg, that team don't run smooth. All right, that team don't run smooth. Robin is too much of a hothead. All right, to keep that team together. Yeah, he got punked out by what's boy name? Destro. Punked out. All right, punked out by Slade. Punked out. All right, Cyborg keep that team together. Keeps it lighthearted when he needs to, and he gets down nitty and gritty when he has to. All right. Cyborg, and then I love the adaptation, even though the movie was about 4.5 hours, way too long. The Snyder cut. All right, I love what they did with Victor Stone in that movie. They kind of did him right after they did him dirty in the first one. All right, so I'm going with Cyborg, one of the few black superheroes that were represented, and that was one of my favorite superheroes in the DC universe.
I dig it.
Joe, who is the best Teen Titan?
Raven. It's not even close.
You know what? I'm not mad at that. I'm okay with you saying that.
I'm mad at that.
I'm okay with you saying that. I'm not mad at that. If you would have said Robin, I would have been my
Beast Boy fan.
It's Beast Boy, but
I knew it. I know you so well, bro.
Beast Boy's whack.
Beast Boy is so whack.
Down hard at the end.
I mean, I think Raven's a great character in general, not just Teen Titans.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
So
Raven is.
So we don't have to go my next pick. I'm taking Superman. I'm not going to explain why.
I need an explanation.
Why did you said we have?
It's Superman.
Why do you want a cornball on your team that flies around in red tights and underwear?
I wish our teams went head to head.
I can't believe
Superman's in the Justice League. Cyborg's in Teen Titans.
I can't believe Chris got Superman as his utility pick. That's unbelievable to me.
Hey, Schnabel, all I want to say is don't think just because you got Batman that you safe. I have Red Hood, who literally was taught by Batman, so I probably most likely have something kryptonite I can shoot your boy with.
Well, you don't know what's coming. You don't know what's coming next for me. You don't know what's coming.
Dog,
next.
I still got static.
Maybe I got some tricks up my sleeve too.
And I got static.
He's not being Batman. He's not being Batman.
He's at least holding them off. I still
I
got some more
Batman,
people
it would
that's
last
gonna
1
come
second,
through.
but I can hold them off.
Just wait till my team complete. Then talk to me then.
I'll wait. You see, we got a while to your next pick. Joe, go ahead.
All right, with my second round pick, I'm taking my DC selection, and that is going to be the one and only Miss Harley Quinn. What are we thinking?
What are we thinking? What are we thinking on that
Because she,
anti-hero?
in her comics, she's the protagonist. She's helping people. She's with Poison Ivy, turning her around to the good side. She left Joker. She left that toxic relationship. She's pretty much the DC version of Deadpool. And if Deadpool is the personification of an anti-hero, therefore Harley Quinn is also an anti-hero.
I can't be mad because
I will second it.
Kills people.
I'll second Harley Quinn is okay because in the TV show as well, she is the hero. She's transformed into the hero. So I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this pick.
See, my face wasn't whether she was a hero or not. My face was I was getting criticized for Cyborg and my pick, and you took Harley Quinn. I felt like there was better options. I'm just saying.
Well, I couldn't take Cyborg, clearly. I had to pivot. Couldn't take Red Skull either.
You could have took Raven. You just claimed that Raven was the best team.
Wonder Woman's pretty good too.
The best. Right. So I just want to explain, like, this is how I got around it. Like, I already had my Marvel pick in Spider-Man, trying to go DC, so I'm not trying to like double up on Marvel. So the next closest thing to Deadpool, who I love, is Harley Quinn. She's a DC version. She is one of the most iconic superhero or comic book characters, and she started out as a side character on the TV show and became so popular she was added to the comics. So like very opposite of how most characters are created. They're usually in the comics and then put onto TV. She was the opposite, so that gives her another way of standing out. Her story with Harley Quinn and being the doctor that gets corrupted by Joker is like iconic, and just her character, either with Margot Robbie or the TV or the comics, like the video games, even like whenever Harley Quinn's on screen, she demands attention. She is chaotic. She is a presence. She is a powerhouse, and she's hilarious. Especially the comic. The comics are hysterical. Some of the storylines and the interactions that she gets into with the ludicrous stories that happen there. So that's why I'm making her my DC choice.
I will definitely agree with that. Like the Suicide Squad, like she stole the show in that. Like every time she was on screen, she stole it.
She stole it so much that they put her in the new one, even though she wasn't supposed to be a part of that team based on the comics, but they had to put her in there.
Yeah.
So let's go over the draft really quick. So in the first round, we had Spider-Man. Let's go by team. So Joe so far has for Marvel Spider-Man and for DC Harley Quinn. Myself, I have Batman as my DC and Superman as my wild card. Should we go wild card or utility? Utility.
Utility. I'd say
utility. Okay. So Superman is my utility. Chandler's Marvel is the Punisher, and Cyborg is his DC. And Kyle has Static Shock as his DC and Red Hood as his utility. So, Joe, you are up. You still have your non-big two and your utility. You start the third round. Joe, you have the floor again.
All right. This is going to be throwing it out there. But this is comic book superhero storylines, and I'm going to explain it. There's a character, not traditionally from comics, but same as Harley Quinn, she became popular and is popular in the comic medium now. Hundreds and hundreds of issues over the years from this storyline, from this character and his universe and his friends. And that is Sonic the Hedgehog. IDW comics, Archie comics, literally hundreds of comics have been written over the last 30 years of Sonic the Hedgehog storyline. If we call them superheroes, he becomes Super Sonic. So he literally he's got super in the name. He's always fighting on the right side, trying to beat Eggman, trying to save all the little critters of the forest, and trying to, very anti or pro environmentalist. And he loves chili dogs. Who doesn't love chili dogs amongst us? Like Kyle, you can't say you don't love a good chili dog every now and then. It's delicious, right? So his character he's so cocky, he's arrogant, but he backs it up faster than the speed of sound. Sonic the Hedgehog, supersonic, everything about Sonic. He is on the list, my third pick.
I love Sonic, so I'm not going to argue it at all. I'm a huge Sonic fan. So I actually have Sonic comics. None of them are behind me. So I love Sonic. I will not say anything. Very witty character. Again, like you said, enemies. He all he really has is speed until he goes, and when he's just Sonic, and he still can defeat whoever he wants, which is crazy. So basically, the Flash.
Also a beast in Super Smash. I just want to let you know,
yes. A little weak, but so fast he's hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
But when he gets the Smash Ball and he turns into Super Sonic, remember back in Brawl, Supersonic Sonic, like in Brawl it was impossible. It was unstoppable. Yeah.
It was impossible.
So, not a bad pick.
So,
thank you.
Solid pick.
To me now, and I have my Marvel. And I can't believe I got to round 3 with Marvel, seeing as Marvel's like my favorite. But you got to take what's given to you. So I have my Marvel and I have my independent, we'll call it, because I don't want to keep calling it not big 2. That's just independent. This is easier. I'm going to go with the slasher himself, one of the most popular characters in all of Marvel. Just announced he's going to be in an upcoming movie in the MCU. I'm going with Wolverine. Wolverine is one of the most powerful, most iconic, a lot of people's favorite. Everybody knows who Wolverine is. He is, it's hard to explain all about Wolverine because everybody knows who he is already. And putting him on this team is just power-wise, we are stacked. Okay, power-wise, we are stacked. I'm a big Wolverine fan myself. If you remember before the movie started coming out, who was it? It was Spider-Man. It was Hulk. It was the Fantastic Four. It was Wolverine. He's always been a vital piece of Marvel. Him being on the board this late benefits me, and I love that I could pick Wolverine with my third round pick.
I respect it, but you do have one critical flaw in the Wolverine pick, and that he's Canadian, so that knocks him down.
Just a peg.
I could take that for now.
The Canadian tax, she'll handle it.
Yeah, I'll handle that. We'll work on when he comes on the team and I have to pay him. We'll work on the transfer and then we can figure that out. I think the banks do that automatically now, so he'll get his check. Plus, it'll be less for me.
Wolverine has been so iconic for like throughout the years that remember like when you were a little kid, you used to put like the rulers in between your fingers. Yeah. And you would do that everywhere you went. Like so like that's like one of the most iconic superheroes of like all time. And I'm glad to see Hugh Jackman's gonna be back in like the MCU. Yeah. That's gonna be awesome.
Seeing Deadpool and Wolverine together is gonna be so great. It's something we've wanted for a long time. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think that's it for that pick. So Chandler, you have your independent and your utility left on the board.
Now the utility, if I'm correct, I could pick either Marvel, DC, or independent. Correct?
Well, if you pick independent here, then you're gonna just it's gonna go into your independent slot. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is gonna be another off the wall pick, and I think I just want to say this because this is gonna be off the wall pick. I'm going way off the wall. And the reason why I want to go off the wall here, once again, is I want to shed light on superheroes that their stories have been glanced over time. So
he's going with Frogman.
I'm going with whoever Meg Thee Stallion was portraying in the She-Hulk series. That's what I'm going with.
She was portraying Meg Thee Stallion, so she was herself.
No, I'm going Isaiah Bradley, Black Captain America, and he didn't get a huge representation of his comic book, but I think what they should do, Marvel should actually, when they really go with this Captain America New World Order with Sam Wilson, they should really dig a little bit deeper. They kind of scratched the surface a little bit on the TV series, Captain and and
The Winter
sorry,
Soldier.
the Winter Soldier. Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter
Eventually
Soldier.
Captain and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, they scratched on it a little bit, and I remember really getting into Captain America, especially when Captain America was fighting Black Panther over time, and Isaiah Bradley was like kind of glossed over, and then I did like another search on like Isaiah Bradley and the story that they had, and he was referencing a lot of the other Marvel characters when it came to the civil rights era and stuff like that. So this is more of a political pick for me and more of shining light on a character that didn't get much light. So yeah, I'm going Isaiah Bradley. And if you don't like it, I'm calling you racist. All right. I'm just going to pull that card. I'm just going to pull it.
Well, let me tell you something. No, I mean, when you get into the late rounds, I'm not going to argue picks as much. There's some. First of all, I'd rather you take Isaiah Bradley than actual Captain America. That's just my opinion. Yeah. I'd rather Isaiah Bradley Captain America than regular Captain America because I'm not the biggest Cap fan myself.
He's terrible.
Love Chris Evans. I do like Chris Evans. He's great. But Captain America is not my favorite. I don't hate him or anything like that. Not like Kyle does, but I'm okay with that.
Just like the actual idea of Captain America bothers.
Yeah, there's some other characters I probably would have picked over Captain America as a whole. Like not just any kind. Like I would have picked over Captain America, but you got your opinion. It's the third round, so I'm not going to argue it. Yeah. Are we good? I'm the only one who's going to say it?
No. I don't know. There's not much to say. I'm not really too familiar with the character compared to like the Chris Evans traditional Captain America. So I'm not too familiar.
So with that, I guess we'll go on to the last pick of the third round. Kyle, you have sorry, let me switch over. You have used your DC and your utility so far. So you have your Marvel and your independent. I can not wait to hear what these are about to be.
My independent. I ain't
God.
I ain't gonna do independent yet. I ain't gonna do that yet.
And you could do it now or you can do it later. You have two straight picks.
You have two picks in a row.
Oh, dang.
It doesn't matter. You can pick whatever you want.
So my Marvel is going to be Moon Knight.
Okay. Just because you just watched the show.
I'm gonna get there. I know myself. All right. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. My first initial was going to be Scarlet Witch, and I was going to 100% argue y'all down because I wanted Wanda on my team just so I can be like, hey, I don't care about your Superman. But,
Then you didn't do it.
Well, no, because I knew y'all would have argued me down and I would have been mad. So I'm not going to do it. But
I just think it's funny. I know you picked Moon Knight because you just watched the show. It's the only reason you did. You're like,
if this draft was 3 months ago, he's picking Scarlet Witch,
I'm 100%. I'm just going to pick Moon Knight because I didn't feel like arguing Scarlet Witch because honestly, I had no argument for Scarlet Witch. Well, no, I had no argument, and I didn't want to use Cable because I've been talking about Cable for like 5 weeks. So
we are done with 3 rounds. We're moving to the last round. So far, Joe has Spider-Man as his Marvel, Harley Quinn as his DC, and Sonic the Hedgehog as his independent. I have Batman as my DC, Superman as my utility, and Wolverine as my Marvel. Chandler has Punisher as his Marvel, Cyborg as his DC, and Isaiah Bradley, Captain America as his utility. Kyle has Static Shock as his DC, Red Hood as his utility, and Moon Knight as his Marvel. So Kyle, you have your independent left. Chandler, you have your independent left. I think everybody but Joe actually has their independent. Joe can pick whoever he wants to end the draft, which is very exciting. We have no idea where he's going to pick from at the end, which is very exciting. So Kyle, get us started for the last round. This was exciting. This was fun. I've really enjoyed this so far.
Okay. I'm going to be kind of like our boy Chandler here, be slightly ethnic. Slightly. Not all the way.
Okay.
I'm picking Spawn.
That's a good pick. That's such a good pick.
That's the number one independent pick. That's the number one
pick.
Damn.
I don't even have to say nothing.
Well,
Because
we would like you to
to do it.
It's only a conversation. It would be nice if you did say something.
Yeah, I was just trying to be cute for radio.
Well, we're on TV too. So.
Well, whatever streaming service. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Homeboy only had one movie, and he had a decent number of comics, but he survived since what, 90s? You know what I'm saying? I know, but
it's only like the number one independent comic story. He had a couple good runs.
Yeah, he did pretty decent.
He had a good 6-issue stretch, you know.
He's only been around since what, 1990. He's had I think somewhere around 800 or something. That's not many. I mean, Spider-Man just hit 1,000. He's been around since the 60s.
You know.
All right, sorry. Go ahead. No, it's you. Go
I'm not
ahead.
gonna lie. I'm having way too much fun with this. Way too much fun.
We'll be back next week.
Yeah. I mean, Spawn is basically like Satan himself, which I'm not gonna lie. In a mercenary group, especially against a Superman, I might need Satan himself.
You know, I think it's funny. You were not talking about if we were all going against. You are directly going against my team.
Yeah.
Against Superman against Batman, my team is so good.
Peep this, because if I can take out Superman and Batman, I'm not worried about Harley Quinn. Cyborg, I'm gonna have to deal with, but that's fine. I have Static. Okay,
he actually Static. He's gonna come in and take out everything. He's like, I gotta worry about. I got Static right here.
Static Shock had a tough time against the Rubber Band Man, and you're out here talking about how he's just gonna handle everything.
Hold on. Wait. But rubber is a direct antithesis of electricity. Right. We got electricity.
Static Shock would be good against Cyborg because he's all electric. You overcharge him. That makes sense.
And we acting like Static. We acting like Virgil's dumb. He can't figure out a little ticky tack. I'm just saying. Oh yeah, and we coming for Batman's utility belt. I'm not going to do that with Chandler because I love Chandler's pick.
He's like, everybody, reach for the belt. You have to reach for that belt.
Get his belt. Get his belt.
Hey, Punisher, the belt. Quick.
Then, if all else fails,
think of it, guys. Think of it. We can throw punches, but he's good at that. He knows what. So get his belt. We got two. We got his utility belt. Then his pants don't fall down. He's nothing.
He's nothing without his belt. His pants gonna be around his ankles.
No more shark repellent for you, Batman.
Right. I'm gonna tell you how this right here, though. I'm gonna tell you one thing that can take Batman out. Are y'all ready for this dark joke?
Mm-hmm. The IRS.
Okay, that. I was going to say an orphan, but IRS is better.
Orphanage.
You know?
That's true.
Just throw a random orphan, you'd be like, ooh, a kid I can just go ahead and just traumatize and train. You know what I'm saying?
See, your joke after Chandler's just didn't hit the same.
I'm sorry I took your punchline.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Because that was great. I'm not going to
lie. You are now up. You have your independent pick as your last pick.
Oh, who, me? I am Chandler. Well, you cut out. So, and I'm about 2 drinks deep. I'm gonna go.
Is that why you've been picking the way you are?
A little bit. You're not gonna clown my team after this next pick because I'm taking Goku.
Ooh.
That's a good pick.
Hey, I got a bunch
still
of.
Gonna clown your team. Okay, I can clown a team that has one superstar.
Hey, guess what? I got the LeBron James of the team right now. All right, and he take out everybody on your squad. Everybody. Goku beats Superman 10 out of 10 times. And I say that till I die. All right? 10 out of 10 times.
You got Goku and 3 Krillins on the team. Like,
I'm totally
crazy.
No, Joe. He has 2 Krillins and 1 Yamcha.
All right?
Okay. I like it.
listen. I'm totally gonna call you out right now. Okay, I have to know if Goku was taken. Who else did you have for independent?
If Goku was taken, I was gonna say Vegeta. I was gonna go Dragon Ball Z. I was staying with Dragon.
It doesn't matter.
That's a good backup plan.
Or if Vegeta was taken, I was gonna take Naruto. Like those were my next two. I had
Good
two other.
strategy.
I had 2 other plans. I was definitely going anime, or I was going One Punch Man. I should have went One Punch Man, but I haven't really watched the series, so I don't know too much about it.
I just had to ask because when Goku wasn't selected by Kyle, you looked very excited. So I was like, it made it look like you had
Like I was all or nothing. Like I was all or nothing because he was wearing this shirt and he was wearing that shirt. And I was like, he might take Goku in like the later rounds, so I might have to try to see if I can get this one.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I really wanted to take. I was going to take an anime. I was going to take Madara Uchiha for my utility pick, but I just couldn't pass up the Red Hood after you said the Punisher. I literally pivoted.
I appreciate it. Hey, listen, my man didn't leave me out to dry. All right, we went with straight killers in the first round. All right, just to let you know what we was about. You got a bunch of soft people that are too afraid to pull the trigger.
Well, the Raiders do that too, and they suck. So, so you are now complete. It's now my turn. I'm also going to go with someone from Image Comics. I'm going to go with Invincible. He's become one of my favorite comic book heroes. I just read through it. I was thinking of going Omni-Man, but I feel like most people that would hear it would be like he's a villain. They didn't read the whole comic series. You wouldn't know. So I'm going to go with Invincible. We know he's a hero. He is one of the strongest characters in all of comics because that is how he was written. There was another character I will say I was going to go with here. I don't know. I don't think Joe has this. And it would have caused a stir. So I'm going to say it. So if you want to cause a stir on it, I was going to go Homelander. Because he's technically a hero. He's technically a hero, even though we all know he's not.
Yeah, you know what's so funny? I was literally looking up like the rest of that cast of superheroes that are in The Boys, and I was like, I feel like if I pick Homelander, they're just gonna nullify. I'm gonna lose this pick. It's not worth it.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I could go with it, and everybody could just be like, no, and then my pick just gets moved behind Joe's anyway because it's the last round. But I'm gonna go with Invincible. He's one of my favorite characters now, and that basically gave me 2 Supermans. So that's my last pick. And any argument from anybody. It looks like everybody's content with that. So we'll go on to Joe. He has his utility pick. So this can be anything from anywhere, which makes it so exciting. Like all of us had to be independent. Obviously, there's more mixture in that, but it's kind of still he could pick from Marvel, DC, Image, Pokemon, anime, whatever he wants. Joe, I'm done talking. Take the floor.
That's why it's so tough. Like I'm debating it right now because like, do I want to stay true and like do a character that has comic books like manga's different or a video game is different and stuff like that, like, but they like if I put I'm gonna need some help against Superman and Batman. I got the 2 DC going on, so do I go for like raw strength, like, or do I go for fun? Like I'm deliberating here. This is so tough. So I think I'm gonna end it with my cleanup hitter, my strongest character, and that's gonna be Phoenix. One of the strongest characters in the entire Marvel universe. Dangerous. Don't even look at it. You might get killed. All right. That's how dangerous Phoenix is. So, Chandler is kind of clowning my strength, the actual physical power of my team. So I just packed a huge punch with Phoenix.
No smoke. No smoke. No smoke.
No smoke with Phoenix. You gotta look out for Black Panther. Now they're one and the same now.
No smoke.
Or no, that's Storm. That's Storm. Wow,
The Storm.
that's
Storm.
I'm off.
Storm.
So you don't want to worry about Black Panther, so that strikes us down a little bit.
Dang.
Yeah, that was tough. It was tough because I had some other ones. I guess I don't know. Maybe after we recap, we can talk
I
about
was
some
gonna
other
say, so
characters we were going to draft. But
Let's recap. Let's go over some of the other characters, and we can each do 2 or 3, and then we'll call it a show. So Joe's final team is Spider-Man, Harley Quinn, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Phoenix. Solid team. My final team is Batman, Superman, Wolverine, and Invincible. Chandler's team is Punisher, Cyborg, Isaiah Bradley's Captain America, and Goku. And Kyle has Static Shock, Red Hood, Moon Knight, and Spawn. And honestly, you know, if there was like going to be some sort of spin-off like of this, like say there was like a spin-off, like Kyle's team actually is so like in line that you could see that line and be like, oh yeah, that could be a comic series. They all are the exact same character for different things. So I will congratulate Kyle on that one. So we are going to go in our picking order. Not the pick order. We got the number order I gave in the beginning, and each of you can say what you were going to go with, what you didn't go with. Because, I mean, the Hulk, Wonder Woman, Iron Man, Deadpool. There were a lot of, I mean, Hellboy is a great independent that didn't go. There were a lot of really good characters that didn't go. So, Joe, why don't you tell us some characters you were thinking of and why you didn't go with them?
yeah, so I had a couple like I was trying to debate if I want to have for fun or am I trying to win. So and some of my for fun ones would have been Leonardo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because that's an independent comic. If I didn't go with Sonic,
I was thinking of that too.
The other comic-based one for this 4th pick, I was thinking of just laying it out there was Scott Pilgrim because he's a comic character.
Had that too.
And I thought it would have been funny, but once I heard the comments about how weak strength-wise my team was, I had to adapt.
Right now, if Superman didn't fall to me, I was planning on going with Invincible and then Scott Pilgrim as my utility. Yeah. But when Superman fell to me, I couldn't just keep it. I couldn't just let it keep going.
And then so I didn't pick Raven because I brought her up. So I thought that would have been lame of me to bring her up and then draft her. So that's why I pivoted to Harley Quinn there. And it's best. It's not strongest. You know what I mean? So I do think Harley Quinn is a great character. And then
she has strength. She's not like the Hulk, but
right.
She
and
is
then the video game one I was considering was Master Chief because there's been a lot of comics about Halo written, and there's been 30 Halo books, novels written as well. So that would have been my my sleeper pick is technically has comics story written.
Hey, listen, if you would have picked Master Chief, you would have got my vote. That is That is a good.
I was between him and Sonic for the independent. So.
Either of those would have been great. Chandler, how about you? What are 1 or 2 people that you were thinking of that you didn't go with?
If I can go back and redraft, I would actually probably drop the Isaiah Bradley one. But he's on my team, and I'll take the leader. But me, I'm a huge Black Panther fan. I'm kind of shocked that I didn't take Black Panther.
I am too, actually.
Yeah, King T'Challa.
When you went with Isaiah Bradley for your Marvel, I was because I knew the Punisher. You're a big Punisher guy. I knew that was gonna. I didn't know it was gonna come in the first round, but I knew you.
Yeah.
But I honestly thought when you said I'm going off the beaten path that your first round pick for Marvel was going to be Black Panther, and then your utility was going to be the Punisher. That's what I was thinking when you were talking about it.
That's where I should have went, but you can't live in woulda, coulda, shoulda moments. So
no, I'm very shocked Black Panther didn't go.
Yeah, Black Panther. Yeah, and and me, I'm very excited about the movie and everything like that. You know what? I'm also really shocked that didn't go is I was specifically wanted to take. I kind of like the way I went, but I'm surprised that World Breaker Hulk didn't come off the board or Hulk in general.
I was shocked.
Hulk in general didn't come off the board. I was excited. I was happy to finish out with Goku. I did think Kyle was going to take Goku with his last pick. Glad he didn't. Kind of fell to me, and just I'm excited how the team came about. Now, this team isn't cohesive as a unit, as in if they were all in one series, would I watch it? Probably be all over the place, probably be unorthodox. But as an individual, I would like to watch a show, a movie, everything about these guys. But like I looking at Joe's list, like if I saw them all in like one series, I think it would be a funny interaction to see Sonic like fucking talk. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Talk Sonic and Harley Quinn like talk with each other, like
Right?
like she's just like petting his fur, and he's like, "Don't do that." Like that's what I see in my head when I like look at that list. So that's why I was like kind of like looking at everyone's list and listening, like, I wonder if you put them all four in together, like, would that be a good TV show to watch? Like that's how I was actually gauging lists now.
Well, who knows what would happen if you put Batman and Superman together, you know? That'd be pretty cool.
That's never happened before.
I know, right? I've never seen that one before.
So, Kyle, what about you? Who were like a couple people that you were thinking of that you didn't go with?
Well, I talked about Wanda. I did want to go with Wanda. But I was going to take Whitebeard from One Piece for my utility. Just so I could have some, some power for real, some real live raw power that can just destroy it.
What do you mean? You got Static Shock.
I do, but like I wanted two people. Okay, let me with you. I made my entire team based off of just like mercenaries because you knew my number one was going to be Batman. So I was like, I got Batman. All right, cool. We're going to need to make some mercenaries. Somebody who he can send out to do various things at different times that could all culminate into one big plan, right? So, like, that's why I was like, okay, cool.
But there would be tension within the team if you had Batman because Batman doesn't kill. So there'd be tension within the team because he wouldn't want anybody to kill, but they would all want to kill. And it would just kind of throw off the whole dynamic of the team.
That sounds like great storytelling to me. Continue, Kyle.
Hey man, we can have character growth. We can have character arcs. We'll have redemption arcs. Like,
God,
come on, man.
Maybe Batman starts killing, or maybe Red Hood stops killing. That's
yeah. You're gonna have to read the. Oh wait, the comic doesn't exist.
Maybe Batman snaps and just says, "I don't like y'all no more. I'm fighting everybody. All y'all against me." Bro, think about how crazy that would be.
I'm with it. I could watch that.
Okay, think about this, right? I just thought about it. Think about like if they took out, let's say that group took out Homelander, right? Off this crazy battle, they took out Homelander. Batman snaps because Red Hood just busts a whole clip in Homeboy, right? Busts a whole clip in Homelander. Batman
not gonna do anything now.
Hey, bro, I'm just figuratively, man. Like, come on, he's dead. He's dead, bro.
They wish that they could just put a bullet in Homelander. He would go.
You're right.
It's magic.
Let's say Homelander's dead. He's dead. Yeah, they had laser.
All right,
bullets,
continue.
bro.
Sorry, I'm playing. Yeah, go.
I know.
Yeah,
I was finna go extravagant, but I couldn't. I knew we got time. But yeah, so that's what I was thinking. I was like, think about if they took out somebody like Homelander, then Batman just snaps and it's just like, I'm tired of y'all killing. All of y'all against me, and it's just this whole war.
That does sound like it'd be a good story. I think your team is the most well-rounded, as in they all are within the same theme. They really are. Your team is definitely all within the same theme. So someone I was. By the way, Static Shock. Did you know the TV show Static Shock and the comic book Static Shock have completely different origins? You have to go look into that. They have completely different origins. The comic book is a lot darker because it wasn't DC to start, and then DC bought it, so it was a lot darker. And that's crazy to think that DC's pretty damn dark. So for it to be a lot darker than that is nuts. So anyway, one person I was thinking of going with for my DC, obviously my DC got scrambled in a positive way for me, but I was thinking Shazam. I love Shazam. I'm a big fan, so I was thinking with my DC pick, I was imagining that Superman and Batman would be off the board, and I would have to go kind of like Chandler would say, off the beaten path, and I would go with Shazam with that pick. The person I was thinking of is Deadpool. I absolutely love Deadpool. He's impossible to kill. Obviously, he's a hilarious character to have. You could literally pair him with anyone. Imagine Superman, Batman, and Deadpool together. That would just be an amazing time. It'd be so good. So that was another one I was thinking. I think I already said I was thinking Omni-Man, but I didn't want to get into all that for people that didn't read the comics. I think that I wanted Spider-Man, but Joe had to, take him first overall. Like, come on, man. Is
I
he
mean,
really the first
there's
overall pick?
like even Chandler, if you got first pick and you still picked the Punisher over Spider-Man, like that's just a bad job. You know what I mean?
No. I tell you right now, if I had the first pick, I probably would. I probably would have
Okay,
picked Miles Morales though. I would have.
Okay, that's fine. But
All right,
like,
that's fine.
he's still
Still
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
over the
I would-
Punisher.
I think honestly, I honestly think out of the four of us, the only person that wouldn't have gone Spider-Man is Kyle. Kyle would have went Batman. Number one.
100%.
Right.
Yeah. But that's fair. I mean, though I would.
They're the 1 and 2.
They're the 1 and 2. I was gonna say, I know we had the whole thing with Superman going back and forth and stuff, and it was really funny. But like, if you were actually taking like top superheroes, like if you were making a list of the most popular superheroes, those three are almost interchangeable: Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
See, like Superman runs along the same lines as Captain America for Kyle. Like to me, he's too much of a corny character. Yeah, it's too much of a corny character for me to really care about any conflicts that he may have. Like,
see, but you have to remember the thing with Captain America and Superman that they're always like, he's so corny. You have to remember those characters came out in like the 30s and they were literally made for propaganda reasons.
Oh no, I 100% get. I 100% get that. 100% get that. Still does not appeal to me.
Yeah, no, I'm not a big Superman guy either. But I mean, when you're in you're second to last pick in the second round, Superman's still on the board. He's not making it to the third round. You got to take him there. You got
because I would have taken him because I actually do like Superman. Like I would have defended him if we were, well,
why aren't you defending him now, huh?
Because it doesn't matter at this point. Save it for another time, Chris.
Yeah, I think the next time we're going to all get together and do this, we're going to do villains, which would be a lot of fun. And you know what the hard part is? You can go really obscure with it, and it'd probably be okay with villains. There's not going to be much argument. Not like heroes. Not like, taking Static Shock over Superman.
Yo,
I feel like we're getting hate shamed for our picks right now. It's throwing a lot of shade out here. Throwing a lot of shade out here.
It's not shade. I'm directly saying. I directly said you took Static Shock over Superman. Shade. That was a direct insult.
We'll let the viewers decide.
Yeah.
There you go.
We'll let the viewers decide there. So this will be up on our socials. If you're listening to this, that is Schnabel Studios on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. It'll be up there to vote, so go vote on this. Chandler and Joe, thank you for joining us on the show. We're glad that you were able to come in here, because if this was just Kyle and I, it probably wouldn't have been as fun. There would have been a lot back and forth, but just two people doing a draft isn't as fun, I don't think. I think we needed more people for the draft, and this was a lot of fun. So we thank you guys for joining. Make sure you check out old episodes of Sketching Up on Schnabel Studios' page. You can also see it on YouTube if you want to see us, actually. You can see my whole camera malfunction in the beginning if you actually go to YouTube and check it out. And you can see all of our wonderful faces as well. Our last episode came out last week. You can go check that, 51. And make sure you can stay with us, because we have a lot more shows coming out in the very near future. Mad Props will be dropping soon. Southern Hospitality will be dropping soon. For Chandler Williams, Joe Brown, Kyle Scott, and myself, Chris Schnabel, thank you for joining us again on Sketching Up. We will see you next time. Later. Bye.